Jikook, Jungkook can't be without Jimin. Caught calling, Jimin Shii, at the airport airplane sparkling heart. Airports have always been silent witnesses to countless stories, goodbyes, reunions, fleeting glances, and unspoken emotions. But on that particular day, the atmosphere felt different. It wasn't just the flashing cameras or the excited cheers of ARMY echoing through the terminal. There was something softer, more intimate, unfolding in plain sight. A small moment, yet one that carried an overwhelming weight for Jungkook and Jimin. As BTS entered the airport area, attention naturally gravitated toward them. Every step, every movement, every expression became the center of focus. Still, among all the noise and excitement, Jungkook seemed slightly distracted. His gaze kept shifting, scanning the crowd as if he were searching for someone specific. He walked a few steps forward, then slowed. He turned his head to the side, then back again. And that was when it happened. In a low but unmistakable voice, Jungkook called out, "Jimin Shii." Just 2 words. Soft. Simple. Yet the impact was instant. Fans who were quick with their cameras captured the moment immediately. Within minutes, the clip spread across social media like wildfire. Armies around the world froze, then erupted with emotion. Not because it was dramatic or staged, but because of how natural it felt. Because it sounded instinctive. Because it felt real. Jungkook's tone was gentle, almost unconscious. It didn't sound like a call meant for the cameras or the crowd. It sounded like a habit, like something he did without even thinking. As if calling Jimin was second nature to him, especially in a crowded place where everything moved too fast. Moments later, Jimin turned around. A small smile appeared on his face. Not exaggerated, not forced, just warm and familiar. A smile that seemed to say, "I'm here." He stepped closer, and once again the space between them disappeared, like puzzle pieces finding their proper place. Fans who witnessed it live couldn't hide their reactions. Some covered their mouths in disbelief. Others clutched their phones with trembling hands. A few were visibly emotional, eyes shining with unshed tears. It wasn't sadness that moved them, it was the quiet warmth of the interaction. In the middle of a hectic schedule, strict security, and constant public attention, Jungkook still looked for Jimin. And Jimin, as always, responded with calm reassurance. For Jikook fans, this wasn't the first time something like this had happened. But every time, it felt just as powerful. Because what people saw wasn't an act, it was a pattern. Small moments repeating themselves over time, forming a consistency that's impossible to ignore. Jungkook is known for his confidence, his independence, and his boundless energy. Yet whenever Jimin is around, another side of him appears. Softer, quieter, more grounded. It's as if Jimin's presence offers him a sense of comfort that nothing else can replace. And that single Jimin Shii at the airport became a subtle yet undeniable proof of that emotional reliance. Jimin, on the other hand, has always been known for his sensitivity. He notices changes quickly. He responds without hesitation. He knows when to step closer. The look he gave Jungkook after being called wasn't accidental. It carried familiarity, understanding, and a bond built through years of shared experiences. ARMY began connecting the dots almost instantly. They remembered previous moments, how Jungkook often makes sure Jimin is beside him, how he instinctively turns around when Jimin isn't in sight, how his expression softens whenever Jimin speaks or laughs. All of these small details point to one conclusion: Jungkook truly feels incomplete without Jimin nearby. The airport, with all its chaos, became the perfect backdrop to reveal something genuine. There was no stage, no scripted interaction, no spotlight deliberately set. Just 2 people navigating a crowded space, searching for each other out of pure instinct. What stood out even more was how Jungkook visibly relaxed once Jimin was beside him again. His posture eased. His steps became steadier. His expression lightened. These are the kinds of details casual viewers might overlook, but armies never do. The phrase, Jimin Shii, quickly became a topic of discussion online. Fans described it as one of the clearest examples that feelings don't always need grand gestures or dramatic confessions. Sometimes, a soft call in a crowded airport says everything that needs to be said. For Jikook, togetherness has never been about exaggerated moments. It's about consistency, about reflexive actions, about reaching for each other without conscious thought. And perhaps that's why this moment resonated so deeply. In a world full of expectations and constant scrutiny, Jungkook and Jimin remained themselves. They weren't trying to prove anything. They simply walked, called, turned around, and smiled, and in doing so, made millions of hearts flutter. That day, the airport wasn't just a transit point. It became a quiet witness to a bond maintained through the simplest actions. A call, a response, a shared presence that felt undeniably real. And for ARMY, one truth became even clearer than before. Where Jungkook is, Jimin is never far away. And for Jungkook, the world feels more complete when Jimin is right by his side. Airplane Sparkling Heart.